While still working for the KGB, he was assigned the position of assistant to the rector at Leningrad State University. This was a semi-official KGB post used to spy on foreign students. And now into the picture, Anatoly Sobchak, a professor of law at the university and would-be democratic reformer. Sobchak recruited Putin in May of 1990 for his elections to the city council. In this, Putin disclosed to Sobchak that he was an active KGB agent, but Sobchak did not mind. He ran for city council and then chairman of the city council. He wished to establish free elections for the post of mayor as part of his platform of democratic reforms. The hope was that a referendum could be held in which he would be elected mayor and the city would be renamed its original name, St. Petersburg. And that's exactly what happened in 1991. In all of this, Sobchak trusted Putin as a reliable worker, and soon he would reward him. Also during this period, Putin tried to quit the KGB twice as his active status with the agency attracted too much scrutiny. The first time he tried to quit was in the beginning of his tenure with Sobchak. He tried again during a failed coup in 1991. However, the KGB were only too happy to have him in Sobchak's midst. They even tried to lean on Putin to supply them with a document which would allow them to manipulate Sobchak, which Putin refused to provide, not wanting to violate Sobchak's trust. His resignation was ultimately accepted and he was officially out of the agency that had served for most of his life. Now going back to Sobchak, his time as mayor did not go well. The democratic reformer became known as anti-democratic in his dealings with the city council. He often tried to shut them out of important decisions, kneecap his rivals and any challengers to his mayorship, and he was accused of numerous under-the-table dealings. Putin also was not immune from this seemingly shady behavior. In fact, the first rumor that Putin was using a government position to stash away quite a lot of money for his own personal gain came around this time in his then position as head of the Committee for External Relations at the mayor's office in St. Petersburg. Specifically, when he allegedly helped broker a $93 million deal to acquire various food supplies for the city. In a nutshell, various companies were granted permits that would allow them to supply huge amounts of materials to foreign entities, and in exchange, they'd be given an equivalent value back in foodstuffs to then be used within the famished city. The thing was, as far as anyone could tell, while the companies did send out the materials, no foodstuffs came back in return. The matter was ultimately investigated by one Marina Salyi at the behest of the city council. While she states Putin was to blame, and at least according to her she had definitive proof, she did not find any evidence that Putin had received anything in return for the apparently botched deals. As for Putin, he claimed that the companies that had been given the export permits in the deal were to blame for the foodstuffs not coming back as they were supposed to have, implying Putin had no knowledge the deals wouldn't be completed as originally brokered when he issued the licenses. The city council would move forward with further investigation, but ultimately Mayor Sobchak put a stop to it and the matter was dropped.